So this is part of my 5-step system series, which is going to be applied for golf swing basics I would use this for tour players, I would use it for beginner golfers, and anywhere in between. This system will make sure that you're balancing everything that you're trying to do in golf. You'll pose the question, you've got to then answer it with ideas plus performance plus syncing up your static system, so you're set up in relationship to the movement, in relation to the question that golf's asking you. So you're not giving away cheap shots. Let's show you what I mean. So number one, you've got to have a clear intent before each shot. An intent is huge. This is my driver. I'm going to intend to try and send this as far as I can. Look how much I'm moving, how I'm breathing, literally what I'm doing to try and explode into this shot. The intent is to try and smash it while at the same time hit some targets. Now this A-time from 178 yards has a very different intent. I've got a different stance, different ball position. My handle's in a different place. Because the ball position's in a different place, I'm aiming in a different way. I'm breathing and moving and concentrating on different elements of my swing to try and nearly hit the green. That shot sums up this video. This is about giving yourself every chance of being the best new golfer, tour pro, 10 handicapper, whoever you are. It won't make you, but what it won't do is it won't allow you to make silly mistakes when we're emotional on the golf course, or that we're nervous because we're a new golfer and there's people watching. These are total golf swing basics. So before each shot, even in practice, do you have an intent? That intent can be to hit a position. That intent can be to hit a speed. That intent can be to hit a club path. And even when you're practicing and playing, you've got to have these ideas. And to slow you down on the practice range a little bit, let's have a practice swing between each shot. When you've got a bucket of balls and you're just kind of raking them over and firing them, intents disappear. You're now not practicing in any kind of reality. You're literally just exercising. Let's add intent into the practice because we need it when we play. Loads of amateurs, when I ask them what they were trying to do there, they don't really, they'll just kind of hit it over there. We need some intent. Number two, let's make sure that the club face, the handle, and your hold all sync up. You'll be amazed how many people get this wrong. So I'm going to put the club face at an extremely wrong angle, hold it, grip's perfect, like hits all the numbers, knuckles, everything in the right place. Oh, face isn't correct. Turn that back. Well, my grip isn't right now. Then we have the intricacies of a grip, with the driver being much more in line with the face, where with a wedge, it's going to be, the grip's going to be way more forward as the ball positions change as well. These things has to be synced up. There's so many golfers I see who don't. They don't sync them up. So as we move through different clubs, you see their grip moving, which in turn creates different curvatures, different shots. Good awareness of where the handle, the face, and your grip should be with the different clubs. It sounds small, but it's huge in the realms of delivery, and then in turn result in curvatures. How many greens you hit, how many fairways you hit. It'll just tighten up your game. Number three, the way you use your body has to match this intent that you're now clear in what you're trying to achieve. Some of the biggest faults you see day to day with coaching is people have an intent. They want to hit a draw, yet their setup is that of something that fades it. So weak grip, handle back, ball forward, shoulders open, pressure forward, yet they think they want to hit from this angle. What tends to happen with these people is when they do hit a better club path, they hit a worse shot. So what happens is they run away from their intent that they're trying to achieve. Taking some time to learn setups for fade shots, for draw shots. Setups, ball back, handle forward, pressure forward. For low shots, for high shots, it's going to transform how everything syncs together in this system. If I was going to hit a functional draw, I'm going to point the face right of target. I'm going to point my feet off to the right of target. I'm going to make sure the toe end of the club is just slightly overtaking, getting my path right and the face slightly close to that path, but still pointing right at the target to try and hit some kind of functional draw towards a target. My setup, everything I'm doing is trying to encourage what happens down there. The amount of golfers that you see daily where their intent is all fine, but their setup just simply doesn't enable them to achieve that with any success. So if you do fade the ball and you hit plenty of targets, fade the ball, make sure your body is set up to help and encourage that movement. If you're someone who draws the ball and you're successful with it, make sure you are aiming down the right side, aiming down the middle, everything straight. And then trying to draw the ball, which is so common, people think they should aim at the target, it's just going to miss left all the time. Making sure you're aiming for your shape is key, and making sure everything balances for what that intent is towards that shape. And this one's interesting because many golfers, when I say to them, why aren't you aiming up the left? You fade the ball. They say, well, you meant to aim at the target. I don't want to do it wrong. The only thing you've got to do right is balance the outcome. Once you've got your intent, then the idea is to hopefully for that intent to get someone towards the target that you've picked. That's all you're trying to achieve. So if aiming at the left and curving it to that target you've picked is repeatable, we win. I have my intent, I've balanced my setup, I'm ready to go. Now that should achieve everything I want. Yes, down the middle, not quite fast enough, but not bad. And the reason I knew there was a good chance that would achieve my intent, my ideas, is because I could feel a relatively centerness of strike. Every shot you hit needs to work from strike out. So that one's going to be shorter because I hit it at the bottom of the club. Club head speed was faster. My intent was to swing faster. It went up 2 miles an hour. Yet the strike was a low toe. It was in a weak part of the club. If I can't feel that, then I'm going to get frustrated with that. I'm going to think, well, I swung that one faster. Why hasn't it gone further? So you're going to start then maybe working on some new ideas, try and prove a position. So I've seen this with tour pros, and it like shocked me that they weren't working this in. I think more do now. I can hit a big old toe, and it'll curve way off to the left. Now, if I start trying to change my club face, thinking I've hooked it because the face was closed, you're just going to go round and round in circles of never improving. You need to start understanding where you strike the ball on the face with all clubs. If that means spraying it with foot spray, which will leave a mark. If it means putting a line on the ball, which will leave a mark. So you can start learning the sounds and the feels and relate them to where you hit on the face and to then your shot direction. Then you will do what lots of amateurs do, which is go round and round in circles, not actually fixing anything. Every shot you hit has to work from strike out. If it's not, it's a golf swing basic you're just not achieving. Now, if you want to improve your strikes, there's loads of ways of doing that. This video here is helping loads of people with some of my best drills.